It's all too often you say that when you're with me.
What that'll have to do.
That'll have to do, yeah.
Well, I'm signed in now. I'm contracted in.
It's a pretty common phrase that you use, actually.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's important to make the best of what you've got.
Yeah. Good evening. Yeah. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining us on this fine bank holiday Monday evening. Quick confession. Normally, it's Great Hall Hobby Night tonight, but both Luce and I aren't hobbying. There's a couple of reasons. First of all, Luce isn't hobbying because it's her half term. So you decided you're having the time off.
Yeah.
I was actually I was actually not going to stream it up. My voice is not. You're going to have to B-team this big ard tonight, by the way. I wasn't going to stream it all tonight because my voice is gone. And it might have something to do with being a fucking lunatic, like a hooligan at the football yesterday. So I came home with a very rash voice.
Very hoarse.
Very hoarse voice. Yeah, hoarse. Oh, I couldn't. I shouldn't do that.
That was smart.
Yep. So I wasn't going to do the stream this evening, and I was like, oh, I might just have a day off. It's bank holiday. I might chill. But I'm a bit of a streamaholic, as you probably all know. And secondly, Mr. Joseph Svensson said it's Memorial Day today. Well, now I have to fucking stream, don't I? Because it's Memorial Day. You know what Memorial Day is, Lise?
No, I actually don't.
Memorial Day is a day that they celebrate in the US of A. It's the last Monday of May that they celebrate Memorial Day every single year. And it's the day where they celebrate any of the people who have fallen in the US military or armed forces.
A bit like our Remembrance Day.
Yeah, a little bit like Remembrance Day, yeah. Absolutely. Cool. So because it's Memorial Day, I'm going to try and see if I can get my voice through 90 minutes of stream. It might not last. You can hear how, I mean, you can probably hear it. I might not get through the stream, which is going to be interesting because tomorrow it's the Liam and No Joe show, No Show Joe AOS show because he's not here because it's half term. So I've got to do the Liam and Joe No Show, No Joe show, No Joe AOS show tomorrow without him because he's looking after his children like a parent. So I've got to do an hour and a half tomorrow on my own, and then tomorrow night the very excitable Vince is with us again because Joe's off. Because fucking slacker. So that means that I've got then to carry most of the stream on Tuesday night as well. So we'll see how this goes. But this is not. So tonight's members guide, I've just called it Liam's Health Bar, and I'm hoping we do it like the reverse of a video game, right? And it just builds my health bar up. Is what I'm hoping. Rather than the normal like silly target name or something. So thank you so much Star Pilot for the gifted. Thank you Luke87 for the gifted Stu Will, thank you for 5 gifted memberships. You beautiful human beings.
Sounded like Stu Will.
Honestly, it was a fun exciting day yesterday, but my voice is absolutely fucking ball bagged, right? So in essence, what this means is, hang on.
Did you shout any of the naughty words?
I never shout naughty words. No,
never naughty words.
Essentially, what this means is I don't really have much of a content-based plan for tonight. I only put a stream on because Joseph Spencer went, it's Memorial Day. You need to do a stream. I was like, oh, he's right. Yeah. So what I'm hoping is some of our brothers, cousins, whatever you want to call yourself across the pond who are in, or even some of our people who are UK based who have had experiences with people from across the pond who are in the military. It's your opportunity, I guess, to share your stories, and we'll talk about those. We'll read those out. So it might be a little bit less Warhammer focused than normal, but it's your opportunity to share stories, talk about these stories, all those kinds of stuff. It doesn't matter if it's a family member of yours, whether it's you yourself, whether it's friends of yours, whether it's someone you serve with, whether you're in the British Army and you serve with American, all that kind of stuff, right? You can throw hobby questions at me and stuff like that as well if you want to, but I know we're a Warhammer channel, I know we're a gaming channel, but when it comes to these kinds of things, they're things that are quite close to my heart and quite important to me. So I like giving people a space to talk, to share, to remember, to reminisce, I guess, and you can be cheerful as well, right? So all those things. Stick Monkey, thank you for the gifted membership. You're a legend. Vlad von Karstein, thank you for the 5 gifted. You are a legend. Wee Man, thank you for the 5 gifted. You are a legend. You people gifting 5 are amazing. Thank you so much. Putting us on 18 of the finest new members straight away. I don't care what the app tracker says. That one says 18. So thank you people. You're amazing. I love you. I think maybe did someone gift before we started? I don't know because it's not tracking up there. Hey, 18's huge. 100 is a target because we get 100% health bar, right?
Just dropped in to say love you guys and thank you for your service to all service members of any military.
Aw.
That means Vlad's done 2 out of the...
I know, nearly got a ding.
What, you nearly got a ding, yeah. Oh, we're dinging again. Okay,
We're
brilliant.
dinging.
So yeah, we've got the 100 target, obviously, as usual. We can give away another t-shirt if we hit 150, as usual. That's going to be in play forever now because I like giving t-shirts away and getting the name out there. So there you go. My naughty words are around 14% of Liam's vocabulary on battle reports. I feel like Gaz has been kind to me there. Melody says, do you ever have a plan?
No.
No, not really, no. My grandfather won a Bronze Star in World War II for shooting at a dive bomber with his bolt-action rifle like a fool. That sounds
Wow.
amazing. He won a star. Did he do something? Oh my... Fucking hell.
Did he do something? If you go higher, it gets easier. Try it.
I think tonight I'm going through puberty, chat.
What was that?
I don't know. My voice is fucked. Darren, thank you for the 5. Rishi wants us all signed up to this. May end up being the shortest Memorial Day stream you ever do. Thank you for your service. We await leads. You'll be alright there, Kaz, because you're over 18. You look like a 60% health bar. Oh, I feel 100%. It's just my voice. Well, I'll be honest, I'm tired. But that's just...
Rishi wants us all signed
Nice.
up, so this may end up being the shortest Memorial Day stream you ever do. Thank you for your service. Hashtag we all hate leads.
I read that out because I'm so fucked today that I was like, oh yeah, she does that. That's the thing she does. Thank you so much, Kazarin, for the 5. Vlad, thank you for the 20, by the way. As I never said thank you for the 20. But my great uncle was a CB during WWT. Wish I could have met him before he passed in, I want to say, the 90s. Amazing though. Do you have like, Sam? Do you have like memorabilia? Or did your family like keep stuff or whatever, or is it like stories written down somewhere? That'd be cool. Just sit on one nut, Liam. That was all down. It sounds like Luce has Liam's nuts in a literal vice. I mean, always. Anyway, to be fair, someone who was Wembley 2 years ago, Sunderland in the playoff final. I feel your exhaustion. Oh my god, I'm fucked. It's a long old day. I mean, I didn't come from. To be fair, I didn't come from Sunderland. We drove about an hour and a half to a tube station on the outskirts. We tubed it into Wembley Park. And we got in there quite early, actually. We got into Wembley. I mean, we fucking flew. I thought it'd take a lot longer. We flew in.
Yeah, you made great time.
So we were in there at like 11:30 or something. We sort of meandered around, went to the big shopping outlet centre thing, grabbed a burger, that kind of stuff. We weren't allowed to go into a 1:30. Went in at 1:30.
Sadly, I'll be missing your streams for over a year as I'll be deploying for 12 months beginning July. Bright side, I'll have plenty to watch once I'm back.
Are you going somewhere, Mark, with no internet, no TVs?
Not worth going.
Is that what you're doing? That doesn't
Don't
sound like...
laugh, because you just sound like you're on helium.
It sound like fucking Herbert from Family Guy. So we sort of meandered around, grabbed a burger, went in at 1:30. It was quite fancy in the stadium, which was quite nice, but obviously incredibly expensive. And then spent the whole game stressed to the eyeballs because it's not a pleasant experience watching your team in a final like that. And then when you leave Wembley, so we were then stood for a fucking hour afterwards, near enough, because of the trophies and medals and all that sort of shit they give out. And then when you leave Wembley, you have to go down what they now call Olympic Way, but used to be called Wembley Way. And what they do, it's good that they do this. What they do is they have essentially checkpoints, and they hold you at these checkpoints, so that when you want to get to the tube, they let it through in waves. So when a new train comes in, they open the checkpoints, and then they shut the checkpoints. The new train comes in, open checkpoints, shut checkpoints, and it basically stops there being overcrowding inside the tube station itself. It stops there being overcrowding on the platforms. It's quite dangerous, obviously, being overcrowded on platforms. So they did all that, and it took ages to get out. Not that we give a fuck, because we'd won, so we're happy. And then we drove and got stuck in traffic on the M25. Of course, we did on a Sunday night.
Spent yesterday replacing veterans' flags in the local cemetery. The stories there, both implied and untold, I wish I could hear.
Amazing. Mika, thank you so much. I've been to a couple of big war memorials. I went to Deep Vow in Belgium, and it's quite they're quite moving places in general, actually, when you see the rows and rows and rows of the same gravestone, essentially. Thanks for the 5, dude. What a hero. Morty Hammer, thank you for the gifted. Mika, thank you for the 10 gifted. You fucking legend. You're all heroes, right? You're all amazing people. Thank you so much. My health bar's going up. It doesn't feel like it. So we've got stuck in traffic on M25. We got to a service at the top of the M3. If you know the area, Fleet Services. And me and my brother were like, it'll be quiet. Be quiet now. We've got out of London. We've got out of Wembley. That'll be quiet. Walked in there and fucking everyone had the same idea. I was like, oh my God. It's literally just full of loud, obnoxious, chanty, pissed Saints fans at the service station. And I was like, I just wanted to sit and eat some chicken. That's all I wanted to do. And I got home. I think we got to bed at about 11:30 midnight, I reckon, last night. Woke up at like 9 this morning and I'm still fucked somehow. Yeah. And I could talk worse than I could yesterday. All I know is he really didn't talk about it, but then again, he was in the Pacific Theatre. Yeah, well, it doesn't massively surprise me then, Sam. Middle East doesn't have the best of the internet. Anyway, it's all right. I had loads of internet in the Middle East. Be fine. On X Reforger 1987, 40,000 Texans were over, and one of our drivers swapped a jumper and 2 tins of lager for an M16. He was asking me how it worked when the RSM walked past. He lost it. He lost it suddenly. I'm not massively surprised. How does it work? You point it that way and pull the trigger. I like Matt Haley just pop in and say hello. I hope you have a great day. You too, dude. Thank you so much. As someone who was Wembley. Oh, I've read that one already. Good job. Saints beat dirty Leeds. Otherwise, the loss of voice would be pointless. I mean, it's never pointless, is it? Well, I mean, it would have been, yeah.
So is May the 27th always Veterans Day, or is it the last Monday?
Last Monday in May.
Okay.
Well, I say that I did a bit of googling on it because I didn't know enough detail on Memorial Day. So I did a bit of googling before we went live. Let me hang on. Memorial Day, and the paragraph that I read was, where's the bit that I read? Is it that one? So it's Wikipedia, it's a pinch of salt, right? Memorial Day, originally known as Decoration Day, is a federal holiday in the United States for honoring and mourning the U.S. military personnel who died while serving in the United States Armed Forces. It is observed on the last Monday of May. Memorial Day is also considered the unofficial beginning of summer in the United States.
Oh, okay. So
there you go. The first national observance of Memorial Day occurred on May the 30th, 1868, then known as Decoration Day, and observed on May 30th. The holiday was proclaimed by Commander-in-Chief John A. Logan, blah, blah, blah. I find the history kind of fascinating. Yeah. But then it says 2023, it was on May the 29th. 2024, it's May the 27th. Next year will be May the 26th. The year after will be May the 25th. So it does the date from what Wikipedia tells. Tell me if I'm wrong, Americans, please. But from what Wikipedia tells me, it's the last Monday of the month. Last Monday of May, of the month of May is Memorial Day. So last Monday of May. Yeah, there we go. Next year it's the 26th. There we go. So we got it. We have a separate Veterans Day.
Half term? Weren't you on that like 3 weeks ago?
Oh,
no.
But honestly,
No.
She spends 51.5 weeks of the year on fucking half term.
No. We were not on half term.
Thanks to two dudes, anyway. We have a separate Veterans Day. No, yeah, they do have a Veterans Day in November as well, around like Remembrance Sunday time. So it moves. Okay, it does move. Good. I mean, that's what Wikipedia tells me, but Wikipedia can be updated by anyone. So I'm always a bit.
I thought they tightened up on that because it became.
There is like checks in place now, but.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Oh my god! Right, can you talk for a bit?
About.
Warhammer.
No, I'm sorry, I can't. I know nothing. Although we were in the studio today, doing a bit of refresher training for when I beat him.
It's not even. I don't think it's even refresher. I don't think it can be classed as refresher training anymore.
Some of
it new.
Some of it I remembered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Luce wants to get back into B teaming chat. She wants to be producing games again in the future.
Yeah, I miss it.
The problem is, since we moved to the studio, we've made the producing job a little bit more complicated than it was before. Predominantly around the scoreboard. So, I'm trying to. And the scoreboard, if you don't know, was basically built by Bridger. And Bridger builds things as if everybody thinks like Bridger. And I can confirm to you that most people in this world don't think like Bridger, which is a small problem. But yeah, so how so you just got to press that button and then you've got to press that button and that button and that button and that button. And it's like, you just won't score.
Yeah, I had to do a little flow chart.
Yeah, you're writing notes and stuff. Lucy's official training of new deck in new studio is underway and it started today. What we call Veterans Day is what you call Remembrance Day. Yeah, I thought it was the same day, but I like to check. I don't like to assume or say things that are bollocks, right? Mr. Josh, hello. Is Mr. Josh here? Oh, it told me once. Fuck me. It literally popped up for like a split second.
Careful of that high register.
It literally popped up for a split second.
Second puberty.
When people, I wish it gave me a thing somewhere when people raid you and it actually says, "Hey, a person's here, and I'm going to hold this bar here for a while, so you know." Mr. Josh, thank you so much for. What does it say? It says joined. It's called a raid in the Twitch world, right? We'll call it a raid because that's what it is. Thank you so much for the raid, you absolute legend. Hope you guys enjoyed his Me Time Monday stream today. If you're new here and you haven't already, and you've never seen the channel before, hit the subscribe button for us. I haven't pressed these ones yet, have I? Hit all the magical buttons for us. Hit the like button if you enjoy the content. You will, because, you know. Smash subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that bell notification icon if you want to be notified every single time we go live or drop a video.
Check out the song Fallen Soldier by Nathan Fair. He is a serving staff sergeant in the US Army. It is a song about one of his friends in Iraq.
Can you write that down?
Fallen Soldier?
Yeah, somewhere, because I'll forget. Thank you so much, Stu, for the 5-year legend. Anyway, welcome, Josh, and your crowd. Thank you for joining us. I'm a little bit less lazy than Josh. We stream 7 times a week rather than just twice. So you can come and hang out with us 7 times a week. And at the moment, we're not really talking about the hobby tonight. Everyone's laughing at me and my stupid voice. Because I was a football hooligan yesterday. And it was the first time I've been a football hooligan in a while. And so my voice isn't used to it. So I literally sound like a adolescent child right now.
I remember the Pedros washing out the back of cabs on Kandahar dispersal with pressure washers having dropped off casualties. Too many ramp parades.
Far too many ramp parades. We went through a period of doing like one every 2 weeks or something. It was fucking mental. Thanks to the 5 guys anyway. If it told you because I said YouTube wouldn't do it, clearly they're listening. That's what happens, right? That's what happens. Well, it did actually pop up, but it popped up for like a split second. And it wasn't...
I saw it. I think you were looking at me.
No, but I look at the chat a lot. This is part of the job. And it wasn't here for very long. It's better than nothing at all. But yeah. We stream 7 times a week. So Monday is normally our hobby hangout. So you get to watch Josh hobby and then jump in and watch us hobby. Tomorrow lunchtime is our AOS show where we'll talk about the AOS rules. Tomorrow evening is a live game of 40k. We have Vince from Pleasant Kenobi coming and hanging out. I don't know what he's bringing yet. Wednesday is our Warhammer show. We can talk about 40k or AOS. Thursday we have another Liam and Joe show at lunchtime where we talk about 40k. Thursday evening is another live game of 40k. And then Friday is our After Dark stream whereby we don't really talk about anything Warhammer at all. We just quite literally drink and chat bollocks. Mini Painting Dad, thank you for becoming a Hesir tier member. Twisted Toy Soldiers is upgraded to Skull, sorry. That's important, Twisted Toy Soldiers, because we now have a new hat trick. I need to say first, by the way, you get nothing for this. There's no prize here, right? You don't win anything for a hat trick, but we decided a little while ago, last Wednesday I think it was, we decided there was a hat trick, okay? A hat trick is upgrading your membership, gifting some memberships, super chat. Oh, I say gifting some memberships like it has to be plural. It can be singular, or super chatting, and that's the 3. There are bonus ones you can do. You can order some merchandise on the merch store, and if I open up it will tell me that you've done that. That's fine. Like a t-shirt, ! Merch. You can also sign up to our newsletter there as well, which will be starting in June. ! Merch. Little box at the top. Put in your email address. Subscribe to our newsletter. Which we're going to start writing next month. And then you can also buy yourself a nice t-shirt, like a Lictor t-shirt. Or you could do other things. What did we decide?
So the typical hat trick is gifted, super chat, or upgrading.
Yeah.
Then there's merch or the chair.
Well, so you can donate. Donate directly via PayPal, which will count towards it, because that's also financially supporting, right? And then the other thing you can do is you can ! Chair, and you can buy a Secret Lab chair that I'm now affiliated with through that link. That's a fucking expensive way of doing it, though.
Or there's a sticker. You can send a sticker.
You can send a sticker. We allow stickers, yeah.
Or
right.
becoming a member. So if you're brand new and you become a member, you're already 1/3 of the way.
And what
to your
Luce
ding.
does is this.
I love it!
Can they hear that though?
Shall I do it right here? Are you ready?
That might be really annoying.
Okay, cover your ears. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's loud.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Even the dog left the room.
You get a scream of joy from Liam and go, you don't, wee man. You don't. Rakshal, welcome to Skull Tier member. You legend. Thank you so much. Up to 30. My health bar is up to 31. I'm feeling healthier. Honest.
That sounded awful.
Twisted Soy Soldiers, thank you for the gifted. He also upgraded Luce. Luce has a little notepad now. Literally every stream now, she gets a little notepad out. She starts writing it all down.
I've got it. I've already got Twisted. He's 2/3 of the way there
Sven said
now.
I bought myself a chair last night through your link.
Oh, hang
Well,
on.
I have 4 chairs registered on the link. That's not today, Luce. That's last night.
Okay.
He peaked too soon, didn't he? So he did.
No, Gaz, it's like one of the posh hotel bells. I originally got this because poor Jimmy Jam, bless his cottons, was struggling with some of his literacy skills. And I said, when we read a storybook, if you hear the literacy skill, you can ding your bell. And if you ding it in the right place, then well done, you understand the literacy skill. This, in hindsight, I should never have given a 7-year-old a dinged bell and entrusted him only to ding it for the literacy skill.
Yeah.
Because I had to confiscate the bell.
Yeah. And now you have the bell.
No, I have the bell.
And you're all a bunch of bells. Sounds like you have the plague. I don't have the plague. It's just gone to a sports game, gone to a football match. Actual football. They're not like what you call football, 40k medic. I got to a football game and it was very loud and singy and chanty and shouty. And I did lots of the loud and singing and chanting and shouting, but my voice isn't used to it because it's been a long time since I did it. You have to wait for her first. Got to read it out, right? To announce that it's here.
Amy, come on.
Come on, Amy, you lazy bitch. Memorial Day is a remembrance of those who died in combat. It's not happy. All right. I mean, I'm aware. Happy Memorial Day means, you know, we're celebrating Memorial Day. We're celebrating all of those who died in combat. Seattle Punk Gaming. I think we're all pretty aware of that, mate. Mini Painting Dad, thank you for the gifted membership. That's not the one.
Oh! I'm on a different one. Hang on.
You peaked too soon there.
Sorry, we can't hear you.
That wasn't that wasn't a ding.
Say no more lol.
Yeah.
Now?
Yeah, now. Fucking hell. You're a shit assistant.
I'm trying to find the word for the thing. What's the word? I've completely forgotten it now because it was 4 years ago.
Twisted Toy Soldier says it's a thin hat trick. Payday's next week.
All the hat tricks count. You're all amazing.
You do not call your son Jimmy
trickery.
Jam. That's what my dad used to call me. Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Yeah. Jimmy Jam and Benny Booze.
Yeah. His name's James and Ben, by the way.
What's the word for where something is and like its orientation in literacy? The word's completely gone. It begins with a P, and that was the thing we were struggling with.
Thank you for the hype sticker, Mini Painting Dad.
What?
So he's gifted one.
Oh, has he?
He's become a member.
I'm so sorry.
Fucking Jesus Christ.
I was trying to think of the word that's going to keep me up tonight.
This is
Nobody
why.
thinks of it.
This is why we need more gifted memberships, chat. Because I need to pay a better assistant. Quite frankly.
No, you get who you get. I'm afraid.
Yeah.
If we all put orders in.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Stu Will, thank you for the 10 gifted memberships. You absolute fucking hero. What a legend. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. Phonics?
No, it's where. So my cup is on the table. What's that word? Because it's completely fallen out of my
On.
head. No, the.
Preposition.
That's it. Oh, thank you. That would have really kept me up. Prepositions.
Preposition, there
He
you
was
go.
really struggling with prepositions. So I said, when we read a storybook, you can ding the bell if you think you can hear a preposition. And that's when I realised I should never have given a 7-year-old
So
a ding
James,
bell.
who says that his dad used to call him Jimmy Jam,
Yeah.
right? My eldest is Liam and my partner is Lucy.
You're joking!
That is eerie. Little bit. We're connected, James. We're connected. Jimmy Jam, my mum called me Shithead Dave. Thanks, Dave. No such thing as a better assistant than Luke. Fair.
Aww,
Fair.
too kind.
I will see if you say that again when she starts producing soon.
Yeah.
Oh my God. My throat is in such a state right now. I've got to get through a whole week of content.
Honey and lemon. Dave thinks I should make you one of my world famous hot toddies again with your very expensive whiskey.
Dave, you can fuck off. I have honey in my tea now. I've made the conscious choice recently, chat, to move to honey in tea from sugar.
Yeah?
It's a weird flavour to start with.
Yeah.
I'm already starting to get used to it. I quite like it, actually.
Yeah?
And it's supposed to be much better for you than actual sugar.
Just be careful that you don't buy the really, really, really cheap honey, because I don't really think it should even be called honey because of how they treat the bees.
Well, little whips and shit. You saw...
Think how small. They'd have to really go for it.
You saw the honey that I bought. That's all right, though. That stuff, right?
I think so.
Wow. Oh, she's going to make me feel shit about mistreating the bees.
We need to look after our bees.
Right, chat. Overworked the throat this weekend, eh? Yeah, I did, yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Honey and tea starts weird, but gets a lot better. It's quite nice, actually. I'm getting used to it, but just health-wise, it's better for you. There's a lot of little things I'm trying to do at the moment. And I'm not like, I said this the other week, right? I'm not going like full health nut. That's not what's happening. So yesterday on the way home from the football, I had KFC because it was at the service station. But there's other little changes I'm trying to make where I don't snack on chocolate and I don't have sugar in tea, and I'm back in the gym in the morning. Oh, by the way, if you're one of the Thanes, I apologise in advance.
Why?
Because Cass said if I do 10 gym sessions in a row, tomorrow will be the 10th one in a row, he'd upgrade to Thane, which means he'll be back in the WhatsApp. I'm sorry, Thanes, but he'll be back in the WhatsApp again. Okay. He also said that if I got to 50 sessions, which I will do, now I'm doing 3 a week, that he'd gift 50 memberships as well.
Ah.
Bless him. Honey is just rent for the nice houses we build them. Yeah, but rent's, I mean, to be fair, Morty Hammer, when I pay rent, I choose to pay rent, right? We just take the honey from those bees. We just take it. Just pillage the bees. Right, anyway, chat, I need some help from you. Like I said, right, we are celebrating Memorial Day. You know, I don't want to be too pedantic about it. It's not a thing to be celebrated, but it's more about people sharing if they want to share, talking about their experiences or, you know, family members' experiences, etc. You're more than welcome to do all those things, okay? And we're here for it. But I'm not going to sit here and just wait for a story. Or do I? I guess if I sit here and wait for a story, I have to talk.
Yeah, true.
Saves the voice then, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. She has to get herself on camera. Slap. So I've got a question for you instead, chat, right? Which I need some help with, and I need you to discuss amongst yourselves at the moment, okay? What do you mean, what's wrong with me? Oh, because I'm letting him in the OnlyThanes. I'm sorry. So I've got a question I need some help with. Joe and I are thinking about putting together, in fact, I say thinking about, we're going to do this. We're going to be putting together our own narrative campaign. And we want the community, we want to give the community the opportunity to do it with us, okay? So we're going to be starting with just a combat patrol box each. And we're going to be building and painting those combat patrol boxes each, and probably playing a combat patrol size game. And then we're going to continue to expand our forces and add to them. And we're going to use a sort of Highlander kind of approach as well. And this has been put in place on purpose because Joe likes to just spam 3 of everything good. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to do like a Highlander kind of approach where you can't take a unit unless you've already got another unit of the set of that. Like if you've got every unit in that sort of slot or whatever, you get the point, right? Roughly. We do need to work out exactly how we're going to do that, but we're going to be Highlander style kind of ish. So we're going to do that, and we're just going to be building this narrative over time, right? Now what we're going to do with this narrative is we're not going to use Leviathan mission rules. We're not going to use Leviathan mission pack at all, and we're going to try and let the games tell the story of the narrative and how the forces evolve. All right. So what we're going to do. And Joe is torn between 2 armies, and I'm torn between 2 armies. Okay, so the 2 armies that Joe is torn between is he really wants to do Eldar, But he doesn't want to do the typical loads of D cannons type nonsense shit. What he wants to do is he wants to do more of a aspect warrior-y heavy, because you can do one of each, because Highlander type style. I say Highlander type style. Highlander used to be like, you can't take an elite slot unless you've got everything who's an elite. So we'll have to work that one out, right? So he wants to do Aldari, but he's very, 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 very concerned that Aldari don't typically do particularly well for content. So the other one that he wants to do that he's talked about for ages is starting himself his own Drakari force and doing that as well, right? Cool. Okay. Yeah, Dave, Highlander would be easier in that past kind of format, but we're going to have to kind of come up with our format ourselves and make it work, and I think we'll be able to do that. So that's what he's torn between, Drakari and Aldari. Each of those have a faction that makes more sense, we think, out of the two that I'm thinking about doing as well. So I'm thinking about running either Word Bearers, because we don't have Word Bearers and I don't get to play Chaos Space Marines anymore because World Eaters have their own codex. So Word Bearers, which we think would make more sense against Aldari, or doing my own Sisters of Battle, my own Adeptus Sororitas army, which is another one which would probably go better narratively against Drakari. Okay, so that's kind of our options right now. Discuss. Stop it. So shut the fuck up and take my money now, with pleasure. I hope the new campaign will include close-ups of your models most games. That point you make, Jorfin, you should have made that point before. Like each stream, and then maybe Yunari is a good idea. I'm only joking, mate. Yunari is a good idea. Well, maybe Yunari as well, but I think Joe wants to do his own craft model. I think he wants to do his own what's it called? Cabal as well, which would be cool. Oh, Munch is here, and a grey name as well. Oh dear, Word Bearers.
Didn't we get Munch?
We did get Munch, yeah, but with the gifted, it runs out. If you get gifted, it doesn't stay forever, right? You don't get gifted because you're done for life.
It can't have been a month already.
It was about fucking 6 months ago. You talking about could have been a month already. So I don't know, Word Bearers, but only if you run Argon Tile from Forge Rise of Demon Prince. I flat refuse to do that because he's not a real size Demon Prince.
Careful how high you go. You might set the neighbour dog.
Shut up, you. Word Bearer, Hell Yes to Sisters. Joe hates Erebus. Easy choice there. Well, that's part of the reason why I went Word Bearers. Also because better late than never now, right? Better late than never. So what's really helpful is after the pre-order has gone up, and not only after the pre-order has gone up, but after basically everything's been shipped to everyone, GW then sent me these. Super helpful after the preview.
Oh, you got them?
Now there would have been a downside if they'd have sent them to me before the preview. In order to get the new Chaos Lord models out on the preview, I'd have had to have given them to Joe to paint for his Chaos Space Marines. But they turned up on like Friday or Thursday, so we couldn't get them out on the preview. The positive to this is, although fucking Jesus Christ Games Workshop, if you want me to show something in a preview, you probably should get it to me before the preview. That would be helpful. The plus side is, well, I don't have to give them to him anymore because we've done the preview now. So I could put them in Word Bearers. I also dug out some old boxes of stuff that I had, and I already started a little while ago putting together a little Hellbrute on his little base, right? Because Joe doesn't like the old Hellbrutes. Oh, hang on, his backpack's falling off already. A little Dark Apostle on his little steps, right, with his book on fire. Oh, my voice is really going now. Oh no. How do I put his? See, I'm showing some hobby off on a Monday, right? And then we have obviously a Master of Possession, because I can't take one of these with World Eaters because you know snipers, none of that nonsense, right? So I started building some Word Bearers models for this. So I'm thinking, I was leaning towards Word Bearers. Now what we've basically agreed to do is we basically agreed to do Word Bearers versus Aldari and Sisters versus Drakari. So what we've essentially done is we've essentially agreed to do 2 narrative campaigns. Not at the same time. That'd be madness. That's not going to happen, right? We've basically agreed to do 2 narrative campaigns one first, and we get to probably 2,500 to 3,000 points, so the armies are relatively fleshed out for content, then we would do the next one. And the question is, which do we do first? Wordbearers Eldar or Sisters Drakari? Also remembering, with whatever you put in chat or whatever you vote for right now, right? Also remembering that none of this is legally binding. And Joe and I will still do what the fuck we want. Got to put that out there. Because otherwise someone gets upset in 2 weeks that we didn't do exactly what they told me to do. Do Chaos Sisters. Munch is exclamation mark snipe me. Please, please, please start this madness again, Munch, please. You want to be fucking like a bobblehead now, alright? A sniper's nightmare. That's what you want. Go for it. With those boxes, Wordbearer seems an easy decision. Yeah, probably. My local store ordered 9 boxes of the Longwall box, and GW only gave them 2 boxes. 5 of us ordered the box. Oh dear, that's a problem. Are you doing a poll for it? No, because then people definitely think it's legally binding, Gaz. Absolutely not. Wordbearers Eldar, Wordbearers Eldari. Basically, you're doing Crusade, but not wanting to call it Crusade. Well, we're not doing Crusade because we're not going to use all those rules. So I was talking to some people about Crusade recently, actually, because I thought about using Crusade rules, man, to be fair. And a person was like, actually, it can be a bit of a negative. Like, he got to a point where one of his characters was so fucking powered up, he just goes in and one-punches the army and jobs are good and game's over. And I don't want to do that, right? Only legally binding him is exactly a 48-52 split. Wordbearers versus Aldari, more range of units. Aldari versus Sisters versus Drakari, says Bane Son. Wordbearers. Okay, I think we know. I love my Wordbearers, but Chaos rules are tosh at the moment. Are you drunk, PT13? Go home. Codex is great, mate. Slow down in revenue, so Liam has turned to the Munch bot again. Yeah. Luce has just logged in as Munch over here.
I don't even know how to make a second account. I don't know how I made this one.
That's true as well. Because Ari, thank you for the gifted membership.
Because I also can't turn off gifted.
You can.
I can't find it on here anywhere.
Well, you have to Google it, but you can do it because I turned it off because I was going into streams, like I was going into Warhipster stream, gifting 5, and the first person it was gifting to was me. I was like, no, I don't want it. Well, that sounds awful. It's not that his memberships are bad. It's just the point is I'm trying to gift 5 other people memberships, and it happened on a few channels where I'd gift memberships. And then I was like, no, I don't want to gift myself one. That's kind of pointless. So then I'd gift another one because I'd be like, I have to gift a 6th one now because one of those is for me and that seems pointless. I'm not doing that. And then I kept getting emails saying, you've been gifted a Vanguard Tactics membership and fucking no one wants that. So I just turned it off. I'm starting to slow grow Crusade campaign with 500 points to start. Crusader's narrative, add your own rules. It's similar. It's going to be similar to Crusade, but just not using the Crusade rules because it's nonsensical how powerful characters and stuff can get. So, Big Bad Peter Gaming, thank you for the gifted membership. I like now that every time someone does something, you write it down as well.
Yeah, you. I'm on it. I'm the dink person. You're giving me one job.
I give you 5 to do a Sisters Act.
I don't know what that is. I'm assuming you know what Sisters Act is. Is that like a film? Is there a film?
Like, that might be what he's referencing. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Not drunk, just behind still thinking index cards. Okay, well, I'll let you off then, Paul. Good job, you're pretty. Because the Codex is alright, actually. I don't think it's that bad. 14 more likes for the 100, guys. There you go. I'll press the button for you. Make you happy. Drakari, so we haven't come up with a reason for Joe to appear in leather and chains. You don't want that, Tel.
You also don't need a reason for it.
What? You're going to do what you want? Sounds like Valrak's scam. We're like Valrak, but much smaller. Like in size and in channel. Has he been streaming recently? Has anyone been into a Valrak stream since Man City lost on Saturday? Get your warlord with a bunch of enhancements and traits and relics. Yeah, I think we might actually, in all seriousness, I've been discussing this. I've been discussing how we do this content and what we do for narrative rules. Because I think that what we're going to do is we're going to come up with some extra rules for certain characters so that we can... I miss the days of our warlord traits, relics, all that kind of stuff. And being able to make your own super cool character. It doesn't really exist anymore. You just get one shitty enhancement. So we're probably going to make our own rules. And if they're successful, like if they work, because there's always a risk they don't work. Excuse me. If they work, however, if we can get them working, then it might be that we condense them into, again, I've said this about missions and stuff before, condense them into PDF form and stick them on Discord so people can use them. We can't sell them, we're not allowed to sell them, but we could go, hey, we've made these character charts, for example, right, whereby your character can power up, and it's like Crusade but less messy, or something, I don't know yet. And then we can excuse me, and then we can if it works and people like it, we can put it in Discord for people to use. So Joe doing Elder means he'll have to do magic powers. Yes, he will. Yeah, absolutely. We'll do narrative campaign. Please tell me you have an option for people who wish to do any type of knights. What do you mean? Oh, so if you follow oh my god. If you follow along at home, if that's what you're talking about, Brett, then we'll make a way of making, because so the idea is that at home when you follow, so I've got 2 levels to this that I want to make work. The first one is easy, the second one's really hard. So the first one that's easy is that as we grow our forces throughout the campaign, you guys can grow along with us, because what we're not going to do is be a YouTube channel who's like, week 1, here's my 200 points. Week 2, here's my 1,000 points. You're like, well, we can't keep up with you in the real world with actual jobs and responsibilities and shit. That would be fucking terrible. So we're not gonna do that. I want it to be paced at a rate that most of you can keep up with us at least, and also allows me to keep up with Joe, because otherwise he'll just race ahead. So that makes sense to start with, right? That's quite easy though, to make it so that you guys can hobby along with us. I feel like is relatively easy. The harder part that I'm still trying to figure out is I want you guys to be able to, at the same points level that we're playing at, play games at home or at your local gaming clubs with friends or whatever, and then somehow submit the result of that game to us so it has a narrative impact on the system or planet or whatever it is that we're fighting on. So the idea being...
Who playing who this week and which armies?
Fuck knows. I'm playing Vince tomorrow and Joe on Thursday. Not a fucking clue what armies. Pete, we haven't put them in. I've got a fucking clue, mate, I'll be honest. Capusta, thank you for upgrading to Skull tier membership. You absolute legend. Big Bad Peter Game. I think I already thanked you for the gifted, but thank you for the gifted anyway. You are a hero. I genuinely don't know what armies they are this week, if I'm honest with you, but thank you so much for the 2 dudes. You're a legend. So the idea being that that you guys can play games that you can then submit to us, and then it has an impact. So I don't know, for sake of argument, let's say, Brett, you're talking about knights. Let's say you want to play Imperial Knights and you want to play a game with your Imperial Knights. Perhaps what you could do is you could set up a game with a friend of yours who plays Chaos, where you take 2 big knights and he takes a Chaos like fortification or whatever, and you attack his fortification and you damage his fortification, and then I have a negative bonus of some sort because my demon engines, the forge has been damaged. And we have to be careful, because the thing is, if we allow, so we've seen this on chat plays, right? If we allow you lot to fuck with us too much, it goes crazy. People have a real problem controlling themselves. Just watch chat plays. People have a real problem controlling themselves. So we can't just be like, every win that you log against Joe means that he has a negative, and every win you log against Liam means that he and blah blah blah. We can't do that, because it would just get out of control in no time at all, right? So we need to find a way of being able to impact the narrative so that you guys feel like you're involved in the campaign. Because it would be cool for Joe and I to sit down and be like, Brett played a game against Tim, and this was the outcome, and this is what this means for the narrative campaign. Well, that'd be really cool, but I don't know how we manage it. I don't know how we make sure that it has an impact that's cool without being so impactful it fucks what we're doing. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Apparently all Warhammer games are on sale on Steam, just after I gave up my discount codes as well. Holio, thank you for the 10 gifted, putting us over halfway. My health is growing loose. My voice is definitely confirming this.
Is your throat sore?
Really sore.
Oh.
Really fucking sore. Like when I clear it, it's like sharp, grazy pain feeling when I clear my throat at the moment. It's really sore.
You silly goose, saying all the naughty words at the football.
Munch, you motherfucker! Gifted immediately. The problem I felt with Crusader 9th was it just snowballed. You get bonuses for winning, get stronger, win more. Exactly. That's my problem with it. I've seen the real world. Can confirm people do fuck with shit. Munch got zapped immediately. We're only on 54 members as well, and he got done already. You could have, Munch. You could have at least waited until we got over the 100 mark, right? Might set up this campaign in Discord. We absolutely will be using Discord, 100%. Random salutation. Got to go, peeps. Have a great night. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, dude. My legend. Yeah, we will be setting it up in Discord. It will only be for members to play around and be involved in. I just don't know how we're going to do it yet. This is all conceptual. Everything's conceptual at the moment. Joe and I started come up with this concept about 2 weeks ago. Well, I started about 2.5 weeks ago. Started talking to Joe about it. We got together in the studio on a Tuesday. Started talking about it, and he got very excited about it. I think he's already started with some Eldar models. I think it's where he wants to go. So I think we're going to start with Word Bearers Eldar, and then we'll refine it perhaps for Sisters versus Drakari, and then we might do it to add more armies. And part of it for me is to encourage me personally to paint my own 40k armies as well. Crusade creates too much paperwork. I'm going to try just using a custom character stuff from Vigilus instead. Interesting. I think it's too much paperwork as well, Scribbo, right? Rum and honey mixed together is great for a sore throat. I'm sure. Yeah, well, I think we have some rum.
Yeah, I've got some Sailor Jerry.
I've got some Pusser's rum.
Or that one.
The 60%, whatever it is.
I mean, your throat won't be there after you've drunk that.
Big Bad Peter Gaming, thank you for upgrading to a Haskell tier member.
To what? Sorry?
Haskell. I can't every time. Haskell. I can't do it.
We didn't quite hear that one. It's happening.
Haskell tier member. There we go. Did it. Haskell tier member. Fucking hell. Oh my god.
Are you ready?
There we go.
As for you, Big Bad Peter Gaming.
You have dinged her bell.
He gets a ding, and the dog comes rushing in for the 6th time. She's a good girl. She's a good girl. I didn't know she answered to the bell. This is handy information.
She's always answered to the bell. Yeah. Hot drink with generous dose of honey is good for sore throats. Yeah, I have honey in my tea now, so it's been helping today actually a bit. It's not been. The thing is, when I woke up this morning, I don't think it was this bad. As the day's gone on, it's got worse, obviously, because you talk throughout the day. So tomorrow's going to be interesting with an 1.5-hour stream, then a game in the evening. But reverse puberty, yeah, exactly. I have a Crusade 1k Imperial Fist, all Gravis, and a Crusade Iron Warriors with Havocs and Terminators. It's cool, isn't it? Could be a cool way to add channel armies. The thing is, right, we've got a bunch of channel armies right now. We've got, like, most factions-ish, kind of, I think, already. But what we don't have of any of these factions is any real background. We put ourselves out there as a fun Garage Hammer, Beer and Pretzels type game channel that also likes the narrative, right, which is 100% where we both are. We're Beer and Pretzels, Garage Hammer first, who also like the narrative, and then as a side, don't necessarily hate competitive play every now and again. That's kind of the order of operations. But as a narrative, of people that like narrative, our factions and our forces for the channel have never really got their own backstory. And I feel like it'd be cool to build that backstory on camera with you people involved at the same time. It does say an idea would be to have the games played to your campaign to have a fixed bonus that happens to either army, and those are overall total wins to the faction as to who gets the bonus. Yeah, exactly. So rather than every game having its own individual impact, having a total impact that is, so everyone puts their results in, and then maybe we have like a Friday deadline, and I count up all the results, and we go, cool, this means that this thing happens because we've counted all these results up everywhere, and this is what has occurred essentially. But yeah, I'll see. We'll I'm sure we'll get there. Beer and pretzel games are the best, 100%. Not being a hooligan and shouting naughty words is good for a sore throat. Well, I'm sorry, Bob, but I fucking let you down there. I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't do a good job there. Oh, my Lord. If you
have got throat lozenges in
I'll probably have one after the stream, but I don't feel like sucking on a throat lozenge down the microphone is going to be the best sound for people to listen to.
I should have thought about that.
It's not the right kind of ASMR, I don't think. I'm concerned that my parrot is attempting to mimic Liam at the moment. Parrot's got taste. Parrot's got taste. Jay's Raven Girl was called Shrike Gordon for some time. Was it? Was it? Poor old Joe.
Gordon's alive.
I always get a little bit sad on a Tuesday when Joe's not coming.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I like Joe.
Aw.
And I only really see him on Tuesdays and Thursdays. That being said, I do still get him for 2 days this week. Oh my God, it's going. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
I do still get him for 2 days this week because he's staying here on Thursday night.
Yeah.
Which means he is going to at some point probably use one of your toilets.
I'll allow it.
I'll allow it.
Although it was so nice of him to offer to piss in the garden.
He did.
When you did Garage Hammer here to save the toilet.
So he's staying here on Thursday night because on Friday, Joe and I will be in Birmingham at UK Games Expo. So if you are in the area or you're going to UK Games Expo on Friday, come and say hello. If you could do Brian Blessed, give it some volume.
I can't do a Brian Blessed. That's the most Brian Blessed I'm gonna get.
I normally can, but I can't now.
Go on.
Oh God, no.
Go on.
No. Fuck no. Joe Tan has an identity. Does it? What's its narrative then, wee man? What was his Tell me his narrative then. What's like 2 years ago? Raven Guard captain. I don't remember this stuff. My old World Eaters, which was Chaos Space Marines, basically as World Eaters, was had like some cool narrative and backstory. Like he'd become the champion of Chaos, all that kind of stuff. Like that's the sort of thing. So like if we do, let's say for sake of argument, we do Word Bearers versus Eldari. We do a narrative around Word Bearers, trying to find some sacred tome, and the Eldari protecting the Black Library type stuff, right? Let's say we do that, for example. At the end of the campaign, there's going to be a winner and a loser. There's going to be Word Bearers win or Eldari win, whichever way around it is, based on the story. And it won't be based on individual matches because Chaos Space Marines versus Eldar may or may not be a matchup. Who knows? So it'll be based on the narrative that's happened. But at the end of it, there'll be a Dark Apostle who will have ascended to Demon Prince, or there'll be a Farseer who has mastered multiple powers, or do you know what I mean? There's gonna be some kind of actual narrative to the. Oh, do you remember when fucking Erebus banged Joe? I don't know. Your World Eaters have the identity of not seeing objectives when those things are charged, as I recall. Yeah, absolutely. You're not there on the Saturday for me. No, I'm not there on the Saturday. I'm there on Friday. I figured PT13 that UK Games Expo, which happens to be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, would probably be busiest Saturday, Sunday. So I went on Friday because I didn't want it to necessarily completely fuck my social battery. So we're going to go on Friday instead. I miss playing my Charging Guard, had good fun with it. Yeah, well, maybe when the Codex comes out, you might get like a Charge of the Light Brigade type detachment for things like Rough Riders and stuff. Lose to join in and start an army and learn as she goes. We've tried that before, Rob. It's not going to work, I don't think.
What, me learning it?
Just like, not even starting an army. She didn't like the building process. Once built, asked if she could dip it to paint it.
I was just thinking of the quickest way to get it tabletop ready, and you said minimum of 3 colours. So
dipping's one colour.
Dip it, yeah.
It's one colour.
And then you throw some glitter at it, and there's like 10 colours in glitter, so that counts.
No.
Nobody said I couldn't
Is
glitter.
Colours? Is glitter colours?
Well, yeah, because we see different colours.
Isn't glitter just reflection?
If you get red glitter, and then a bit of gold glitter. There you go.
It'd be more interesting to come up with some more original than armies seeking a relic. It always rolls around. Oh no, I took the Kai, right? I took the most generic, common, current bullshit. Just threw that out there as an example. I don't want to be the same boring fucking narrative that everyone comes up with everywhere. I don't entirely know how we're going to do it, but or what the narrative is going to be. But we'll come up with something that's not quite the same generic shit. But I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be really good fun. And it's not going to be like hyper pro level production with fucking voice acting and cartoons and all that kind of shit, because we can't do that. It's going to be more... it's going to be more like just generic too. So the point of this is, right, that it's basically Garage Hammer evolved, essentially. So the idea is that like it's something that you and your friends can play at home. So you don't need an animator to be animating cartoons and voice acting to be happening for you to be into this. The idea is we're doing, it's like Garage Hammer Plus, right? So it's a campaign style that you and your friends could play at home in your own respective garages or fucking bedrooms or basements or whatever it is, wherever you lot play. All right. I've done my wife. She does have breast cancer in both boobs. Her thyroid is overactive, borderline sepsis, and MRSA, which is almost like staph infection. That sucks, Munch. Hope she's okay. Everyone from the Great Hall sends our love to Munch's wife. That sounds awful. She's getting, hopefully she's getting good help and treatment though, right? I want to see Lucy's Glitter Orc Commandos. Ebflow, no one wants to see that. Doesn't Bron want to join in and do this with you guys? No. So the thing is, the second we add more than 2 people to any of these narrative campaigns, it gets messy to start with. And secondly, do you know who's available for content all the time? Me and Joe. Because it's his job and it's my job. Do you know who's not available for content all the time? Everybody else. So it becomes a real pain in the arse to try and get them as many games to evolve their narrative, to try and get them, and they, like, Brom doesn't have the capacity to paint as much as Joe and I do, or build as much as Joe and I do because he's got a job. It just doesn't make sense to add other people. It gets messy. Someone always gets left behind, so we're not going to add anyone else. It's going to be 2 people. Is MRSA in the USA? Yeah, I think it's the same thing. I've used the holographic nail flakes and the edge of power swords. Sounds good. She's a fighter, so that's good. Well, you know, love to all of you, mate. Sounds awful. We have, yeah, well, I mean, Lucy's just said what I was about to say. We've got a mental health thread in Discord. If you're ever struggling, you know, you've got a membership now, get yourself in Discord. You can use that thread just to vent and say, I'm having a shit day because of this. It's okay. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm sure you're a person who's like, I'm going to be strong for my wife, and all power to you. You know, absolutely. But also make sure you take some time for you and you find people to vent to or talk to. And it might not be Discord, it might not be the mental health section that you use, but make sure you find people to vent to and find people to talk to so you can offload as well. Because I'm sure you're not going to want to offload on your wife. Of course you won't. But we can all be there for you as well, obviously. So that sucks. That's really shit to hear that. Hopefully you're okay as well. So we always say love to your wife, obviously, but hopefully you're okay as well, man. Well, he's ruined it now, hasn't he?
God, way to bum us out, Munch.
Yeah, so my arm's hurting now. I'm falling apart. I think I'm dying.
God.
I think I'm dying. My arm's falling apart. How about a political narrative of an imperial colony which usurped by GSC, and then the word bearers came to convert the Eldar arrive, and so on, just back off the fag packet idea. It'd be something a bit different. It'd be called as something a bit different, right? So Joe has a relatively decent narrative brain on the whole. If you hit his head hard enough on one side, a good idea comes out the other side. So sometimes what you have to do is you have to stand behind and just hit him on the back of the head in the hope that a good idea comes out, and then he'll say something and he'll be like, that's bad, and do another one, and then eventually a good idea comes out.
Okay.
That's what happens, right? Yeah, everyone loving the chat for Munch, by the way, right? Absolutely, you legend. I haven't seen you around for a while. This explains why. So big hugs, my dude. In the meantime, chat, you are currently saving me from having to give away a t-shirt. If everyone in the chat gifted 1 or 5, I'd have to give away a t-shirt. I'd have to. It's the rules. If you're really tied up with your defenses are low, you could end up with man flu, and Luce just cannot comprehend the levels of illness. She can't comprehend. They don't understand, do they?
Did you know there was a study done ages and ages and ages ago, and it resurfaced during COVID because of the respiratory nature of COVID.
Yeah.
Apparently, man flu is real because you have the XY chromosome and we have the XX chromosome. X has immunity characteristics, so you only have half of the immunity / fight infection that women do, which is why women get the same amount of illnesses, but we recover quicker and we can go for longer whilst being ill before we finally admit that we're poorly. You know, just being the stronger sex, really. But, you know, we all
Yeah,
knew
but
that.
it's 2024 now, so I can just be you if I want to be, then I'll be as strong.
Yes, let's see how that goes.
Brett, thank you for the gift.
Your illness will out you, so you
To
try.
be fair, Kaz, as well, man, thank you for the concern. It's not... I don't actually think I'm all that run down. Luce thinks I'm a little bit run down.
Yeah, I think you
But
are.
I don't think I'm all that run down. I don't think my defense is that low. I was actually perfectly fine before yesterday. I just think I'm exhausted from yesterday. So when we finish, we're going to finish on time tonight. There's going to be no hanging around going, you're close to 100 members. I'm not doing that tonight. I'm like, it's fucking 9 o'clock, I'm gone. So just a heads up. And then when 9 o'clock goes, the kids will be told bed now. And then, well, Jarmy's bed. And then I'm going to probably, and she's going to make high-pitched dog squeaky noises now. But
Vindication!
I'm probably going to make tea and go to bed with tea with honey in it. And then I'm probably just going to get my head down. And then tomorrow morning I'll go to the gym. But I reckon a good night's sleep, I'll probably be okay tomorrow. This is just a voice. This isn't like an illness. This isn't like a cold. This is just from shouting like a hooligan yesterday. I'm tired and I'm achy, but I don't feel bad in myself. I don't feel like I'm unwell. So...
Are we having cups of tea in bed then?
I just said that.
Did you? Sorry, I was reading.
Siege Roots, thank you for the 5 gifted. You're a legend. Brett Pettit, thank you for the 1. Mr. the Pettit, who did find his way into the Only Thanes. What a legend. Thank you so much for the gifted, man. You're a hero. Hey, Cooney, how's it going, dude? The planet is a dormant demon that the word-bearers are trying to release. Eldar are trying to stop it as it will consume many souls if it is freed. It can eat people. Thought the campaign too. I mean, that could be... Something like that'd be cool. Yeah, I'm into it. So you still have to make the dinner while ill. Looks as if you've been living in Google search again.
I heard that during COVID, because obviously everybody was grabbing onto any idea to try and get well quicker and not really knowing quite what COVID was at the time.
Yeah.
So all of these really interesting studies were coming out, and I remember hearing about it a while ago, and then when it resurfaced, I thought, oh, I remember I did heard about that.
Yeah.
It's interesting. So man flu is a real thing.
By the way, Cooney, I can come to football next year now as well because we're now in the same league. Look at that. Look at that. What are the chances of Saints staying up? I don't know. It's really difficult, isn't it? Because the Premier League this last season was kind of flown through wide open. There's some surprise results that are going on. I reckon we'll be one of the favourites to go back down. Our squad isn't a terrible squad right now, but our squad currently concerns me for the Premiership because I don't know if they've got the legs. And there's a couple, like the football that our manager has us playing is quite good on the whole because it's a lot more like free-flowing passing, probing, frustrating type football. And I say frustrating for the opposition. Lots of possession football, lots of nice football, which is really, really good. That being said, I feel like the amount of times we make little mistakes in the Premiership, they're going to be punished 2 to 3 times more often than they're punished in the Championship. So those mistakes really fucking cost you in the Premiership. And then when you make a mistake in the Premiership, the way back into a game is a lot harder. So if we spend sensibly in the summer, strengthen the right places, I think we'll be all right. But quite frankly, I'll take 17th place next season. If we started next season, they went, this season you'll finish in 17th, I'd fucking take it straight away for the first year back up in the Premiership, because the first year back in the Premiership is you got the highest likelihood to go straight back down again. So you had a brilliant day out, now you're through, it's paying the price. Yeah, exactly, I am paying the price. 100% game this league, that's what's going on. What's the legal and moral implications of breaking into a gated off military memorial on Memorial Day? If you were in America, I wouldn't. You get shot, wouldn't you? We need to plan when the fixes are out. Yeah, sounds like a good idea, mate. I'm into it. Haven't forgotten you, bud. We'll be done before you go to bed. Thank you, Sam. Otherwise, I'd just be in the gym, just stood there like, nothing to do. Let's plan my program.
I do enjoy hearing about the gym people when you get home.
The gym people. We had a noise person on. We had a fucking noise person on Saturday, Sam. I had a noise maker, a grunter. Here's the weirdest part of that, though, right? Cooney, thank you for the 5 gifted, you fucking hero. Here's the weirdest part about the noise maker, right? I was at the gym on Saturday morning, and it was actually busier than normal on a Saturday morning. And normally on a Saturday morning when the sun's out, it's fucking dead in there. Like, everyone's like, no, I'm sitting in the garden, fuck this. And I went in there, and the last time I went in there on a Saturday morning, about the same time, there was 2 fucking people in the gym. I went in there on this Saturday, it was rammed. It was really busy. I was like, ugh, right. Please, Liam, can you call it the Premier League, please? It is. Instead of what? Call it the Premier League, please. What did I say? Anyway, so thank you, Cootie, for the 5, by the way. You're a hero. So yeah, I was in the gym on Saturday morning, right? And there's this bloke, and he wasn't wildly out of shape, but he also wasn't wildly in shape. He was just like a shape.
A human shape.
Yeah, he was a human shape, right? So he wasn't wildly out of shape, he wasn't wildly in shape. And the reason why I spotted this individual is because he's one of those people that gets to the last rep in his set, or the last 2 reps in his set, and then just makes ridiculous noise. Like ridiculous noise, right? Like ridiculous noise. And I was like, what is he doing?
He's having a baby.
What is he doing?
What's the baby delivering
So I was
noises?
like, I was doing my, I kept it. I was like, what the fuck is this twat? What's he doing? And then I know he came over to. I was at the free weights area, and he comes over to the free weights area, right? And his I assume wife is with him, okay? Because there's a woman with him. They've both got wedding rings on. I assume it's his wife that's with him, right? Now she was also a shape.
A human shape.
Not a human shape.
A human shape.
She was a shape, and that shape is round. She was a shape.
She was a human shape.
She wasn't a shape.
Anyway.
And the reason why I knew what shape she was is because whilst being that shape, she also decided to wear top and bottom, head to toe lycra, right? That sort of person probably shouldn't be in lycra, okay? That was packed in there, I reckon. To be honest, I wouldn't mind betting she had to vacuum pack herself into it.
But
okay?
I get the wearing the nice gym wear. You're more likely to do something if you're wearing.
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up.
The gym wear.
She was doing something, all right. She was following him around, machine to machine, following him around, and he'd walk up to the machine, right? And he'd get his little notebook, and he'd be like, look at his machine, write his little notes, and then what he would do is he'd hand her his notebook, right?
Yeah.
Cool. And she'd stand next to him whilst he did his sets, and as he got to the one where he sounded like he was going to shit himself, she would spot him. And when I say spot him, I mean she'd be like, with a finger. I was like, he's got fucking 25 kilo dumbbells though. That's not really much. You can spot with a finger, but she was just like off to the side, not even looking at him. Like, there you go, right? And then he finished all of his exercises, okay? And when he finished all of his exercises, I was like, oh, this will be her turn. Nope. He walks to the next machine. She follows him.
Maybe he does his whole circuit and then they swap it.
No, because they left. She didn't do a single exercise.
The outrage in your voice.
She didn't do a single exercise whilst vacuum packed into the lycra. She didn't do a single exercise all fucking gym session. And then she left.
Kai said she was a hexagon.
There was no angles, Kai. And then she left. I was like, you turned up in gym wear to be handed a notebook and then maybe spot once or twice.
Maybe she's coming to the gym to get a feel for the gym, and then like the open invitation of, did you want to do something today? Did you want to try today, or maybe next week? Maybe that's what they're doing.
Honestly, you keep saying Premiership. It is a Premiership. Well, one person in the gym when I went Friday night, absolute heaven. I do like it when it's quiet. Lycra is only allowed if you are Margaret Robbie. Margot Robbie, yeah, absolutely.
Have you ever
like
put a
it.
picture of Margot Robbie and is it Jamie Presley next to each other?
Who's Jamie Presley?
Really? She's like Margot Robbie's twin. There's 2 of them walking
So what's
the earth,
she in?
Liam.
So
There's
what's she
2
in?
of them.
So what's she in?
She was in a show on E4 called... It reminded me of Raising Arizona, actually. Jamie Lee Presley, I think her name is.
I don't know who she is.
think
What
she's-
dumbbell press weight are you pushing? What do you mean dumbbell press? I don't do dumbbell press. Or should we just check out the talent? It's possible, Stu. Yeah, it's possible. We did get up to 66 members, chat. Thank you so much. You people are amazing. Thank you Siege, Vicuni, Brett, all for gifted extras to try and get us up to that 100. You people are incredible. I grunt during failure reps, and that's about it. A little grunt or a little like hiss is okay. This wasn't grunting or hissing though. This is the thing, right? I don't mind a grunt. People grunt, that's fine. I don't mind people making noises when they're pushing weights and it's the really fucking hard ones at the end. That's fine. But this is borderline a shout. That was my problem. My name is Earl.
That's it. My name is Earl. Thanks, chat.
Twins, but about 10 years apart, says the Goonie.
Yeah, but if you put pictures next, like it's the same. It's the same. We need them in the same room at the same time to confirm it's.
Are you worried that
separate
she's just
people.
had real fucking advanced age-based surgery and it's the same person?
But it happens all the time. There's a whole bunch of celebrities that look like each other.
It's almost like casting people there's a type.
No, I'm not saying they're a type. I'm saying they look like each other.
Yeah, which means that casting certain people in films, there's a type of person that gets cast. Is what you're saying.
I don't know what you're trying to do here, but I'm not playing along.
I didn't
Stop it.
do anything.
I'm just saying they look similar.
A dumbbell on bench press. If you don't do it, fine. No, I don't dumbbell. I'm doing incline benches at nearly 60 keys at the moment. But I've only just gone back recently, to be fair. So I used to years ago. I mean, fucking years ago, I'd bench 110 kilos, comfortably. But now I can't. I'm struggling at 60 at the moment. So but 6 weeks ago, I had to start back on like 50, 45, 50. So we're already building it up. We're already getting back to weight. So it's not too bad, right? It won't take us long before we're back up to weight. We're back up to 80, 90 keys benching at least.
That's it, Alex. Katy Perry and Zoe Deschanel.
Emily Blunt.
They look. Emily Blunt. Maybe in some pictures, but Katy Perry and Zoe, they are almost identical.
I don't know who half these people is. I know who Katy Perry is.
So
she's the dark
Katy Perry with a fringe and glasses.
She's the dark house singer with massive boobs.
Well, you know, I don't really pay much attention
Don't lie.
to the boobage.
Don't lie.
But the dark hair and face is pretty much identical.
It's the one with glasses and the fringe then in that weird program that you used to watch.
Yeah, called New Girl, I think. And she was in Elf, but she didn't. I don't think she had black hair.
In Elf, she was the woman in the superstore.
Are you going to say the shower? Are we all shocked that you memorise that scene? The one in the shower? Yes, that one. I think
There's not a shower scene. Is there a shower scene in Elf?
Yes, there is. She sings.
No, that's Pitch Perfect.
No, that's a whole other actress.
60 on incline is good. It's not. It's not good at the moment. It's not. I can count 2 chunky Kit Kats, says Dave. I get super bad gym anxiety. 6'5" and 130 kilos. I make zero noise. I don't make lots of noise, to be fair. My biggest problem that I have is that I have a spotter at the moment. I need a spotter, but I've got no one to spot for me. Joe is fucking an hour away. Whenever I go to the gym, Brom's at work. Luce can't come and spot because the kids. I am now interested in Luce being in Lycra, just following me around the gym the whole time.
Yeah, that's a lovely daydream. That's not ever happening.
I knew Liam was about to say Pitch Perfect. Great film. Great film, chat. I used to bench 400 pounds when I was 17. It was 250 pounds competing in amateur strongman. That may kill me now. What's 400 pounds in real money? It's good that if you're starting back. It's all right. Yeah, it's not bad. I've been like 9 gym sessions now in a row. So we are. We're trying. So Sam's is PTing me basically, and I have been bad. I've been guilty in the past at going back to doing exercise. Because the thing is, right, as wargamers in general, let's be honest, right, as wargamers in general, the general like wargaming community is a shape.
A human shape.
A type of human shape, yeah. It's a very round human shape on the whole, right? I think most of us wargamers, if we were honest, we probably could do with being a bit more active. Because our hobby is us sat at a desk hobbying with models and not moving anywhere and just sitting here doing some painting or building. Right? It's very non-effort. Okay, you just sit here doing nothing. And that's what we do to wind down when we're not at our workplaces. And if our workplaces are office-based jobs or whatever, typically they're not particularly active jobs, for example, then you're not really moving around, right? Tournaments, yeah, you stand up a lot, but you're not doing anything. And typically when you go to tournaments, you drink a ton of beer and you eat a load of shit. So wargamers in general, when your hobby is something like wargaming, rather than say mountain biking, right, you're just a lot less active. That's fine, okay? So that's okay. And I've noticed on the whole that there are probably, as a group of people who all get together, there are probably more wargamers that could do with being a bit more fit. Is that good English? A bit more fit or a bit fitter? A bit fit is better English.
Yeah.
A bit fitter, and maybe, you know, make slightly healthier choices. That's why we have the Fit for 40k thread in the Discord, and why I got excited about that particular hashtag ages ago when Boxy first did it. I don't know if he still even bothers with it anymore. Probably worked out he couldn't charge people for it. We have that thread for people to keep each other honest and keep each other accountable. I'm just trying to set, basically what I'm trying to do, Kai, genuinely, there's a couple of things. Firstly, I said this myself, right? I a few months ago looked at myself in a stream and was like, Jesus fucking Christ, he's a fat cunt. And I was looking at myself. I became conscious all game stream, and then was like, I need to start doing something about it. I looked at my diet and choices we were making, and we were eating a lot of shit, really. We've been, over the course of the last, I don't know, 3 to 6 months, made massive changes in the type of food that we're eating, where we're getting our food from, how it's being made, etc. When I mean how it's being made, like Lucy's making it all now, so it's not full of preservatives and shit and all that kind of stuff. We would frequently, one of us would go over to Morrison's, which is literally over the road, which is both a blessing and a curse at the same time, and pick up a bar of dairy milk about that big, and we'd sit here scoffing our dairy milk. We do that 2 or 3 times a fucking week, for Christ's sake. And you probably shouldn't eat that much chocolate in a week, let alone in a night. When Joe and I were streaming on Tuesdays and Thursdays, far too fucking easy to reach for microwave meals with high fat, high sugar, high salt content, and like takeaways and Five Guys and fucking KFC. Not only is it more expensive, but it's also shit food. And I got very conscious about it, so that's why I've made the choice for me that I want to get back in shape and be healthier and fitter. Also because I've got kids, and my kids might decide to have kids. I don't want to ever be in a place where I can't be an active parent or grandparent in that scenario. And when I say active, I don't want to run a marathon. I've got no interest in ever running a marathon. I don't want to be that kind of fit. I'm not interested in that kind of fit. Just the healthy kind of fit that you go in for your doctor's checkup and he checks you up and goes, yeah, all right. That's all I care. Like, that's what I want, rather than cholesterol's a bit high or your blood pressure's a bit high. Or you could do losing some weight.
I had a whole bunch of tests recently because I've not been 100% myself, and now we've got answers. But one of them was my cholesterol. And I was sat there thinking, here it comes, here's the bollocking, because I bake all the time and I make bread all the time and I only use butter, I don't use margarine, I use whole milk, I don't use semi-skimmed or skimmed. And actually my cholesterol was spirit level perfect. And I thought, how interesting is that I don't use the low fat, no fat of anything. I use the real article, just less of it, and my cholesterol is bang on.
You're probably eating better as well, because the low fat, no fat is full of other kinds of shit as well.
Yeah.
So that's why it started. I feel like I'm feeling better already. I'm walking around going, oh, I think I look better now already. It's not a massive difference, but I think I can see a difference, even though it's not a big difference. And the other thing as well is, if you think about what we do in general, I do think it's good to set a good example, to be honest with you. Now, what I could do, I don't want to ever do this, by the way. What I could do is I could do exercise 6 times a week, and I could do 2 hours of exercise every day to a point, because I work for myself, right? So I have that freedom to manipulate my calendar and do that sort of stuff. And then I'm setting an unachievable example, because everyone else has got Monday to Friday jobs. So I'm trying to also be the responsible influencer that sets an example and be like, do you know what? I haven't completely cut out fast foods, and I haven't completely cut out chocolate, and I haven't completely cut out sugar. But what I've done is I've made sensible choices. I'm trying to set a good example for everybody else, including for people like Joe, legitimately for people like Joe, and be like, come on, mate, I'm doing it. Can you do it? And for my kids and for everything else. So getting back in was hard, but I'm really glad I'm doing it. I'm feeling quite, like tomorrow morning I'm going to the gym, and I'm not sat here, like in the past I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake, it's a gym tomorrow. I've got to go because I said I'll go. And so I'm looking forward to going to the gym in the morning, going to do my hour, and it sets my day up now. So I'm pushing 145k now. I want to get back to around 120. Started to change my eating, I think it's one of the, like, changing eating is really important, but I believe in changing eating rather than fucking fad diets. I don't believe in fad diets. I don't believe in like full meal replacement or keto or intermittent fasting or any. I personally don't believe in any of that stuff. I'm not a nutritionist, so honestly, don't take my word as Liam said, because I'm not an expert by any stretch of the imagination. And there might be a nutritionist in the chat that's like, yeah, but keto's really good. For me, it's unsustainable because I couldn't do that sort of diet. I did a huge dive on cholesterol. That's a dark science. It's worth studying. A lot of what you're supposed to be eating is the opposite of what you would think. Interesting. We cut jar sauces, etc. when we kids came along. Most of the meals from scratch. Those they appreciate it. The they appreciate the ungrateful little bastards. Yeah. We're the same, like here I'm only as well. Like Luce will make something which is just amazing. I'm like, you can buy that from sweet and sour, right? We used to buy Uncle Ben's sweet and sour, fucking rammed full of salt and sugar, and then Luce started making her own sweet and sour. I'm like, this is fucking wonderful. The kids are like,
no, that's not true. Yesterday, the butcher had some like fruity marinated pork steak going, needed to be gone, so he chucked that in my box. And I said to James, because out of the two of them, James will try new food. Ben's not really interested. It's either it needs to be burger shaped or chicken nugget shaped.
Oh yeah.
Or he's not interested.
Yeah. Breadcrumbs and fried.
Or he'll have spaghetti bolognese, but no bolognese. So when I say, so you just want spaghetti then, Ben? He's like, yeah. Okay, fine. But yesterday, me and James had one of these like fruity marinated pork steaks, and then I made dauphinoise potatoes and garlic buttered asparagus, and he ate it all.
I fucking love asparagus.
And it was interesting that because he doesn't go to school, so he has no idea that asparagus is supposed to be gross. He has no idea what Nike and Adidas are. He doesn't know what the Squid Game playground game is.
Yeah, we're good.
I'm so grateful. So now I put food in front of him and I kind of go, it tastes a bit like this, and he'll try it, and then genuinely he's like, oh, yeah, that's all right. Or no, Mum, I'll just have some beans. Can I just have some beans, please?
Kai says, when you looked at your cholesterol, Luce, was it total free cholesterol? What was your HDL and LDL and triglyceride, if you recall?
Well, it's the NHS doctor, and she has -5 minutes to give me for my appointment. So it was just a simple box ticking exercise.
Your cholesterol's good.
Your cholesterol's fine.
She's probably already got your results. Can you not look on your app thing?
Yes, I can actually.
It might tell you on there.
Where's my app?
Your app thing.
Apparage.
Sam says nutrition is very simple. It hasn't really changed in almost 2,000 years. The problem is all the twats on social media that don't have a fucking clue, confusing everyone. The thing is, it's not about confusing people, Sam, is it? It's about how do I generate clicks? How do I generate likes? How do I generate attention? How then can I generate revenue? Ultimately, you know. Don't forget to hit the like button. So I've got 124 likes, 128 people watching. It means 4 people don't like us, but it's all right. Go for it, painting. Wrap the asparagus in bacon. That sounds amazing.
Right. Okay. What was it Kai said?
He said, "What's your HDL, LDL, and triglycerides?"
So my HDL was 1.7. Don't know what that means. MMOL/L. Okay.
Lol.
Lol. And then the...
Yes, that's Dr. Lol, that.
And what was the other one? LDL?
Yeah.
Okay, LDL was... there's no numbers. No, there's no numbers on that one. It just says... Oh, see comment. There's a comment down.
Oh. We are 34 out of 30. Oh my god, 34 away from our target, chat. Could we get to like 70? Is that possible? Can we do 70 members?
Careful, you'll set the dogs off.
Yeah, wow. My voice hasn't come back because I didn't hit the target for my health bar.
Right, I can't see a comment on that one. And then what was that long word? Where's Kai's one?
Fuck off, I'm painting, but take the damn like then. Thanks, John. Amazing. I don't even, to be honest with you, Kai, I don't even know what keto is. I just hear a lot of people talk about it, and a lot of people talk about it in a positive way. But the thing is, with any kind of fad diet or like trick like that, it doesn't work for me personally. I can't do it. I can't keep those sorts of things up. So it's pointless me trying to do it. And it's about knowing yourself as well. Just because what works for most people. So like when it comes to like fancy diets or silly ways of fasting or whatever, all that kind of stuff, I say silly, right? This is what I'm going on to is my point here. You need to find the thing that works for you, whether that's the fitness routine, the eating routine, the type of diet, the no diet, whatever it might be. You need to find the thing that works for you. Mordy Hammer, thank you for the 5 gifted. We got to over 70. Can we get to 80? Can we get to 80?
There's not on here, so I don't know if they've called it something else or if I just didn't have that result.
I don't know what any of those things mean.
But you know, she did have -5 minutes to tell me about my results.
Yeah.
So
Talk about -5 minutes. We got T -3 minutes.
and then it's cups of tea in bed.
Are you facting it tonight?
What do we know? Because it's hobby night, isn't it? I never fact
I mean, it is hobby night, yeah, but we normally hobby as well.
What are we having for supper? Because you said you might be hungry.
I am peckish.
I've got soup. Do you want some soup?
Oh, what's the soup?
You can either have your favourite Christmas soup, or I've got chicken soup.
Chicken soup sounds good actually.
Okay.
Protein in it.
So basically, your total cholesterol is a combination of HDL and LDL. HDL is good cholesterol, and your LDL, you want high HDL and low LDL. Okay. Well, I don't know what my LDL is, so I don't know if that's how relative that is. But she said it was good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know what mine is. I don't know how you get it checked without going to the GP, and I don't want to go to the GP because they have -5 minutes.
Yeah, and this is why I think I let my symptoms go on and on and on and on for 2, 3, maybe 4 years now.
Yeah.
Until it was finally like, this is driving me to distraction now, and it's because the symptoms are so subtle that they're easily palmed off with you're tired, you're not eating properly, you're not drinking properly, and then when the cigarette smoke kept getting worse, that's it. I was just sat on the sofa like, fuck this, I'm not living like this anymore.
Adrian, thank you for the gifted. Adrian, thank you for the gift. We're up to 72. There's no point writing it down anymore, Liz. We're like a minute away.
Hear that, Adrian? Doesn't want me to write you down.
I love you, Adrian, but we're 2 minutes away. He's not gonna upgrade, and because he's a Thane, he's not upgrading. He's not gonna super chat. He's not gonna get the fucking trio, the hat trick in the next minute. DJ, thank you for the 5 gifted, you fucking hero.
Holio says Christmas soup, sprout and turkey. Liam's favourite Christmas soup is cheese, sherry, and greens. That's your favourite Christmas soup.
Winter greens.
Winter greens.
Yep, I'm a fan. Yeah, soup might be a good idea actually with my throat.
Yeah.
To be fair.
And then
have we got some bread?
yes.
Have we got some you-made bread?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, that might be what we do. Anyway, people, right. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. I know it's not normal hobby streaming. You normally like to sit and watch us paint models and stuff, but your mic just made a noise. I can't be bothered today. I couldn't be bothered today. I was fucking exhausted. So this is the best you're going to get, I'm afraid. It was tiring yesterday anyway. It was a long day. It was also tiring teaching Lucy Deck because I do a lot of it habitually. So when you have to remember every single step is fucking... Anyway, it's irrelevant. Lucy's coming back for B team. That's exciting. B team. We've got you planned in at the end of next month, and if you're happy, we'll get you actually on the deck. But if you're not happy, you're going to be there with me mic'd up anyway, right? We can always try.
Yeah, see? No, don't you get on Adrian's team. Adrian, he didn't even want me to write you down. So you ignore. That's a hollow congratulations there.
It's not a congratulations. He hasn't done it.
We can always try.
Always is try.
Always is try.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. Tomorrow at 13:30, I'll be in this chair again for the Liam and No Joe show, AOS show, right? Where what I'm going to do is I'm going to start diving into the what's it called? I'm going to start diving into the faction focuses for Age of Sigmar. Okay, so that'll be happening tomorrow on the Liam and Joe No Show AOS show. Then tomorrow night at 7:30, we've got another live game of 40k. I think I'm bringing World Eaters, and Vince is coming down again to bring a different army to his 18 bully boys. So we'll see Vince again tomorrow night because everyone else was off. So I reached out, I was like, hey Vince, you said you wanted to come down again. He's literally up the road, and he was like, yeah, I'll come down again and play. So Vince might become a bit more regular, which is good because I love Vince. Wednesday, then we'll be back at 8:30. No, sorry, 7:30 with the Warhammer show, where we'll talk about something. Hopefully there might be some 40k news or something, because I like talking about AOS, but I would like some 40k news to keep us fresh as well. Thursday, we then have the actual Liam and Joe show, where Joe returns, and then we have another live game of 40k in the evening. And Friday, I intend to do a 40k after dark, but it depends what time Joe and I gets back from Birmingham from the UK Games Expo. So we'll see, right? We'll see. I will want to do a 40k after dark because I like 40k after dark. Jonathan, thank you so much for the 10 gifted. You are a fucking hero. James Matthias, thank you for 5. You're like half the hero of Jonathan, but still a fucking hero. You're both heroes. Thank you so much. That has put us on more than we were before. Well, so now it's being funny, because now this bar here says 87, and this one in front of me says 92. So one of them...
Mine says 82.
One of them is telling me that we're 8 away, and one of them is telling me we're 13 away.
I reckon James is trying to get a ding.
I think he's trying to get a ding, yeah. I think he wants you to ding his bell.
So, is it going to be an upgrade, merchandise, a chair, a sticker, or... Well, you already remember.
4 people have bought chairs using my link, you know.
This is what you could have won. Are we still on track to get Brom a chair for his birthday? Don't tell him, Chad.
No, I don't think I'm going to bother.
What? It's his chair. He's Mr. Space Marine.
I'm off. Night all, much love. Night, Sam. Get that program done for me, mate. Otherwise, I'm just going to copy the one that we did last Tuesday, to be fair, which is, I guess, the right one. So, James, thank you for... she hasn't read it out yet. James, thank you for upgrading to her skull, you beautiful human being. Going for the hat trick. Which will happen
poised.
With Amy. I swear after 9 o'clock, she just logs off.
I'm ready.
Hang on a minute. Amy. Yeah. We need you back on the stream.
I'm ready.
Yeah, we didn't actually finish at 9 like we told we would, because what happens is what always happens, where they all wait till fucking after we're supposed to finish before they start gifting all their memberships. Yeah. Yeah, I know it's a fucking pain. They could do it before. They could do it before 9 o'clock, but they don't. They wait till after and they start gifting just to keep us here. It's a horrible tactic. They do it all the time.
What are you going to do if she starts talking while she's on the phone?
Could you come back and do the super chat now? Yeah? Okay, thanks. Yeah. She's back in a minute.
I'm ready.
Well, wait a minute. We should be back. So, she's just coming back into the office now. Right.
Taking off her coat. She's putting her bag down. She's flipped her finger.
Wait for it.
There we go!
Yeah. Thanks for the hat trick,
Oh, the
James.
dog's here.
Oh, surprise. Thanks for the hat trick, James. You hero. I tried maybe Wednesday or Friday. I'm not next to computer. Oh, Adrian, love you. I'm going to be getting a desk when ready. I would like to swap my desk for a Secret Lab desk. I would like to move this desk somewhere else or get rid of it. But I saw the price of them and was like, this is the actual face I pulled. So I didn't buy one in the end. Right. Thank you so much, everybody.
Does it get to a point that a desk is a desk?
No, because the Secret Lab one is fucking amazing. So what happens is, for the Secret Lab one, you're going to regret you asked. So what happens in the Secret Lab one, right, is it's not a corner. That's the only downside. It's just like a rectangle, right? And it's on, the Magnus Pro is on rails. So, like, you can press a button. Adrian, thank you for the gifted. And it raises the whole desk. I press another button and it lowers the whole desk. Right, so it raises and lowers. But the tower is mounted to the desk. And then there's an extension lead, like, built into it. So you plug the desk into the wall. That's it. You plug everything else into your desk. You can do that, and then the back portion folds open, and there's a whole cable tray for all the cables, right? And the top of the desk is metal and magnetic.
So a desk is a desk?
No. Thank you, Adrian. Thank you for the gifted. You're a legend. Thank you so much. You're a hero. We're going to end on 89 or 93, depending on where you look at it. We're already 5 minutes over, and I'm exhausted, and we want to make cups of tea and soup and go to bed, because I need to rest up if I'm going to get through the whole of tomorrow's content, including the gym in the morning. But thank you so much for hanging out with us. I'm sorry my voice was horrendous today. I'm sure many of you chuckled at some of the noises it made. But thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. You people are amazing. Hopefully we'll see you for the rest of the week, you beautiful human beings. Next Monday, I think next Monday is a normal Monday. Let me have a quick goosey gander. Yeah, next Monday is a normal Monday in terms of streams. I'll be back painting my Stormcast spearhead next Monday. So come and hang out with us on Monday for hobbying, if that's what you were here for tonight. Otherwise, hang out with us for the rest of the streams. The schedule mostly is on the homepage, on the banner, right? You people have been beautiful. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.